Okay, I was just talking, I guess, about movement west and stuff, and one of the things that facilitates or makes this easier or helps the Americans move west is expansion of some transportation methods. We have the growth of canals. An example of the canal is, or a canal that you should know, is the Erie Canal, Clinton's Big Ditch in New York. Another thing that helps movement of goods, I mean, because that's part of it too. Even if you get out west, you need to get your stuff to market. So canals help that. This steamboat, Fulton Steamboat, I think it's Claremont, is important. You want to remember that, and especially the most important innovation and development during this time is going to be the development of railroads. All right, remember that, because railroads, you can go anywhere you put down track, right, and they're much faster than other means. All right, and this is going to help these developments help, especially the railroad, the growth of an industrial economy, all right, as well as supporting westward movement of settlers. In addition to this, new inventions such as John Deere's steel plow are going to help. Cyrus McCormick and the mechanical reaper are going to help. We have Eli Whitney bringing interchangeable parts to American manufacturing. He's going to invent the cotton gin, all right, which mechanically separates cotton seeds from cotton fiber. I want you to remember Whitney's cotton gin because it really leads to a greater need of slavery and the development of the cotton kingdom across the deep south. All right, so the cotton gin can pick the seeds out, so you need more cotton grown and picked, so you need more slaves. All right, we're going to see American migration into Texas initially at the request of the Mexican government. They're going to say, "Come on in. We'll give you some land. We'll give you tax breaks. We're going to give you, all sorts of incentives, cheap land. You just come, you have to become Catholic. You can't bring your slaves. You have to follow our laws." So a ton of Americans flood into Mexico and then ignore all the rules that Mexico had set up. So we're going to see an armed revolt against the Mexican rule. And a war for Texas independence. The Battle of the Alamo, remember, okay, that's where all the Texans are massacred. It becomes a rallying cry, battle cry, remember the Alamo, for the rest of the war. The Texas Army is going to continue to fight after the Alamo, and several weeks later they beat, I think it's San Jacinto, that the Texans surprised the Mexican Army and beat them in like 20 minutes, capturing Santa Ana, and gained their independence. And Texas becomes an independent nation in 1836, and they'll eventually be annexed, and it asked to be annexed over and over and over in 1845. All right, Manifest Destiny. I know I showed you this picture last lecture. I just want you to be very aware of it. We believe it's our manifest destinies stretch from the Atlantic to the Pacific, from sea to sea, ocean to ocean, east to west. And it's our belief that it's God's will for us to do that, all right? So we justify some very poor behavior with the explanation of manifest destiny, all right? We ignore that the Indians are already there, the Mexicans are already there, and we move west no matter who's in our way. This is going to lead also to the Mexican War, 1846, 1848. We're going to be victorious fairly quickly there, fairly easily. And what's really important to know there is the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, not necessarily the treaty, but the Mexican Cession, Cession. They cede or give up land at the end of this war. And this is a huge, huge chunk of land. The Mexican Cession, remember, is Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, Utah, and California, parts of or most of those states. All right, so it's a huge chunk of the U.S. All right, and also as we're moving west, besides the Mexicans, it's the Native Americans are going to be constantly coming to conflict with us, and they're going to be repeatedly defeated and forced further and further west or off their traditional lands into what we call reservations, right? Land put aside for the Native Americans, the Oklahoma Territory. We'll see this again in just a little bit next lecture with Jackson. All right, that's it for Unit 4, Lecture 2B.